Hi, I'm Anthony Davidson. Welcome to FIA Insights. This episode, we're going to be viewing the rear view camera system on the LMGT3 category, a system that's been around for quite a few years now. I wish I had one of these systems in place back in 2012 because I know first-hand experience what it's like to get caught out with a car that didn't see you coming down the inside. So let's go and speak to Fabrice, who can tell us all about it. Hi Fabrice.
Hi Anthony.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Yes, I'm fine.
Thanks very much. So we're here to talk about the radar system, the rear view camera. I can already see it on the back of the car, but tell us a bit about this system.
As you know, we have GT cars running with hypercars, so there is quite a big speed difference. So these cars are quite often overtaken by hypercars. If you take an example in Le Mans, it's more than 600 times for a car to be overtaken, so it's quite a lot. And we introduce this for driver safety to give them the opportunity to have a better view what is coming from the back and some indication from where the cars are coming from.
Yeah, and obviously we can see at the back of the car there that you just have the engine and there's no way that the driver can have a classic rear view mirror to be seeing what's behind them.
That's a replacement basically of your standard mirror. So the camera is located here. If you move to the cockpit, we can have the result from it.
Oh, there we go.
When you look, driver is sitting here, and on the right side you can see a big screen.
Oh yeah, very close to the steering wheel, right in the driver's eye view.
Yes, yeah. So there on the screen you can see, but you have also a radar which is combined and which is giving the distance the cars are coming from and if it's on the left side or on the right side.
That's amazing. What an incredible system. So the drivers are now relying more on this, you would say, than the classic mirrors on the side of the door. Yeah.
But we keep them, that's important.
We're looking at the Corvette here, but you got many different manufacturers now in GT3. How hard was it to make sure the system could fit nicely into every car?
Basically, this system was mandated by our safety department at FIA. So this is something which was developed together with them. And we mandate a single system which is identical on all the car, on all the fields, to be sure that we cover all the needs. So the view, the quality of the view, the distance, the radar, so everything is identical.
And does it keep getting improved and better every single season, or has the system stayed the same for quite some time?
We try to keep it stable. It takes time to assess, to analyze. Okay, in case of emergencies, we're going to react quick. But in this case, for the moment, we are quite satisfied with the results.
And to help me explain this system even further from a driver's perspective, I'm going to catch up with Jenson Button and Kevin Estre. So Jenson, tell me about this system from a driver's point of view. You're still relatively new to it. I'm guessing you ran it last year at Le Mans as well for the first time, is that right?
Yes, it was for the first time. And for us, obviously, in the Garage 56 car, you've got LMP2s coming up behind you and hypercars coming up behind you. And it's really helpful for us, because it doesn't just tell you there's a car behind you, it kind of tells you how quick they're closing and also where they're going to be if they're coming to the left or to the right. Because as we all know, flashing the light in night is the worst thing you can possibly do for the cars in front when you're closing on them because it completely blinds them. Yeah. But this system actually tells you where they're going to be on track, so you have a bit more confidence of where to place the car or where to stay with confidence.
Was it like a thing you felt like you'd been missing the whole time you've been, or in WEC or in other categories that you've raced in before? Was it really intuitive?
Well, luckily when I raced in WEC before, I was in LMP1. So there's not really anyone overtaking you apart from a Toyota. So you can
about that.
Exactly. So you can have someone on the radio telling you that, but I've never been on the other end of it, and I wasn't on the other end of it until Le Mans. So it was really helpful. There was never a situation at Le Mans where I didn't know where someone was going to be behind me, which is good.
I knew you'd be able to explain it brilliantly well. Thanks, Jenson. Kevin, you're obviously a very experienced driver in the World Endurance Championship. You've driven pretty much everything there is to drive, and you've seen the birth of this system, this radar system, the rear camera system. Tell us about what it's like to drive with.
It was very, very useful in GT because obviously you have the rear view camera, which is like a mirror as you would have in the normal car, but you have the radar system on top of it. So when there is a faster car approaching, you have an arrow coming on top of the car, and then it changes color. So you see it's catching quickly, and then when the car moves to the side, which could be in your blind angle, then you have an arrow, pointing, okay, the car went to this side. And it's very useful in some tracks, for example, like Qatar, where you have a lot of corners after each other. Sometimes, you're busy in driving a GT and you're just happy to have some help and, somebody or some system telling you, hey, there's a fast car coming.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this insight into the rear view camera system. I certainly feel like I've learned something new speaking to the drivers as well, particularly because I feel like it's something that I definitely missed during my time behind the wheel. It's nice to see this in mixed category racing where it's very easy to trip over each other. So to have this system, I really feel like it's something that's helping the safety in this championship. So if you've liked this, remember to hit like and subscribe and leave any comments as well. Thanks for watching.